So, but speaking of landing on the moon and stuff like that, the other one that was very interesting is there was a quote here from NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine speaking. I don't exactly know where he's speaking, but he said this. This was just on September 14th, so I don't know, early this week. Wouldn't surprise me if we determine the lunar South Pole is out of reach for Artemis 3. So you guys, like I said, I made an hour-long video about how Artemis is going to the South Pole and how it's doing it differently than Apollo. And then he goes on to say, I'm not saying it is or isn't, decisions haven't been made, but if we go to the equatorial region again, where would we learn the most? Inspiration of returning to an Apollo site. So basically, but that's not to say that it's off the table for the Artemis program, because everything still is revolving around potential landing on the South Pole. But Artemis 3, because there's not going to be like the gateway, there's not going to be any other infrastructure for the moon yet. It can land wherever it wants. It's just let's get our butt back on the moon. Basically, he's saying, like, since we're just landing arbitrarily anywhere anyway, like wherever we want anyway, would it be cooler to land like near an Apollo site and, like, you know, take video of an old Apollo site or something? Because I don't think they want to get close. Like, you shouldn't be disrupting, you know, like the historical sites of the Apollo missions, but getting close enough to see it like on the horizon or something would be
Is the flag
amazing.
still there? Go like take a selfie.
Some of
It's
them
probably
have tipped
bleached
over.
at this point.
Yeah.
Completely toasted, right? Just
No, it's
gone.
probably just like a white flag at this point.
Yes. I think it is, white, because the red pigment like had more organic molecules or something and would vaporize quicker or whatever, you know, like irradiate or whatever, all these outgas quicker.
It has been like 50 years or something, right? So
Yeah. And they might have little like holes in it from micrometeorites and stuff.
Oh wow.
It'd be nuts.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it probably got screwed up a little bit when the ascent stage went up.
Very
I know that at least one of them, it like almost blew it over.
Well, the Apollo 1 or 11, I mean, it just full blown.
Was it 11?
Yeah, it's on its side. Apollo 11 is not standing upright. I wish that they had done that challenge. You know how for the International Space Station, they left a little flag up on the International Space Station for the last space shuttle mission, said, all right, whoever's the first company to come get this, you win the flag or whatever, you know? I wish they had done that with Apollo 17, if it was acceptable to be like, bring this flag back for us.
Capture the flag.
I would love that.
That'd be
Apollo
fun.
17. Just land there. It's not, no one cares about Apollo 17's footprints. Just go muck them all up. And
What's interesting is in Andy Weir's book, which is titled Artemis,
yeah,
that is where they set up the Artemis station was near the Apollo 11 landing
It's like
site.
a
Yes.
viewing site, right? They have like a tourist.
yeah, they're like a
can
tourism
come.
thing.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of talking about sort of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the Artemis program.
Science fiction, man. Always like science fiction inspires reality and reality inspires science fiction.
I will give
crazy.
you do have to give all the space agencies credit for great naming of things, because like if you look, for example, Sony just had these new headphones come out and it's like WXHR 1000 M4 and you're like, what the hell? Like, why is it? Well, there's all these tech companies are like terrible at naming things, and you got like the space nerds with like the most perfect naming of everything. You're like, God, brilliant. Like whoever's in charge of naming things at NASA needs to like be a consultant for the whole tech industry as well.
Well, and the acronyms that they come up with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that impress me the most. Like, I'm gonna
Osiris
blank on it
Rex
now,
is
but-
still like one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Osiris Rex. There was one that I just saw recently that's going. I shouldn't even say anything because I can't remember it now. But it was like the perfect name, and then you found out it was an acronym. You're like, oh come on.
Yeah. How did? Come on. Well, and we should mention that, of course, for those of you that don't know, Artemis is the Greek mythology sister of Apollo too.
Right.
So and goddess of the moon, basically, or something like that, if I remember right.
Okay. So my favorite in terms of like Greek mythology and the naming of missions and planets and stuff has to be Juno.
Why? Jupiter.
Yeah, the one that went to Jupiter.
Yeah.
Because they named the four major moons around Jupiter after his mistresses. Jupiter's in Greek mythology, his mistresses, that's what they named their moons after. Juno was his wife.
That's right.
So they sent the Juno mission to kind of go check on Jupiter.
and yeah, And it also is like peering through the clouds, and that's something that Juno did was peer through clouds. Like I think in the mythology, like she was like floating above the clouds and actually looked through clouds and saw what he was doing or something too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like,
you're right. That was the perfect name.
Is an alien species watching us right now be like, they're still on this Greek mythology business? Like they're still...
They still believe in that?
Yeah, right, because we're naming all these things after them.
Now, Ben, to sort of counteract your point, though, a little bit, is like take a look at what they name black holes and quasars and stuff.
But those are different people. Those aren't your spaceflight people. Those are your astrophysicists.
Oh, well, okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough.
Astrophysicists.
Yeah, but those are very much GXY 7000.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, there's like 100 billion of them. So
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no chance they're gonna be like, all right, now this one is crap. Like it's like what we were saying earlier before we got on air about like band names just having to get rid of vowels or like like they'd just be like, okay, this one is Earth 48, I guess. I don't know, but no Earth, just ERTH.
Yeah. Well, and isn't but like the astrophysicist side, it's funny when they name things because like I remember Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it, how the media would be like the super orange blood moon or something like that. And he has this whole, I saw him give a talk and he was showing like a pizza and he's like, all right, here's like a regular large pizza, and if this pizza here was a super blood moon blah 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 pizza, it's like 0.01 inches bigger. Like it's really like tiny nothing, like really, but like the media wants to do a thing, and he was kind of like, but I'm okay with it if it gets people excited about understanding science and stuff, like whatever.
And going outside and looking at the moon and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this clip from our show. If that's just not enough for you and you want to watch the full episode, you can go to olfpod.com/YT.
And if you want more from us, you can consider becoming a Patreon member. You'll get early access to episodes. You can join our awesome community. You can actually watch us record live and get your name in the credits by going to olfpod.com/Patreon.
So thanks everyone for watching. Check back every Friday for new clips here and new episodes on the main channel.
Thanks, everybody.